Hi, everybody. I'm Sue Ellam, and I'm a tarot reader. And my friend here is
Carrie Beleno, and I'm an intuitive Reiki master.
okay. Carrie and I have come together in order to answer questions that are quite often asked, especially in times of challenge. So Carrie has a question. So please ask the question, and I will get my cards going.
And these are not my questions. These are questions that I'm gathering from colleagues, clients, the general public, the things that I'm seeing on social media. So Sue is not aware of the questions ahead of time, and hopefully they'll help you. So let's get started. The first question that's come to me is, how do we move through negative emotions that seem to be out of our control?
Okay. I'm using the Mythic Tarot, by the way, which is based on Greek mythology. Okay. All right, we're starting off here. What's important is to nurture yourself and other people. Make sure you're grounded. So this is like Mother Earth. So it's not being kind of all up in your head, because when you're up in your head, then your worries and anxieties kind of buzz around, and you're not grounded. So this is about being grounded and looking after everyday stuff, nurturing yourself, nurturing the people around you. And this is one of the ways that you can see your way through, because you've got more of a solid base. It's also important to let go, because this is a feeling of loss, a loss of control. But if we look at it, if you look down here at the bottom, you've got one cup that's still standing. So even if you feel you've lost complete control, you actually haven't. There's still something you've got, which is based on your past, the experiences the things you've learned from, and the people that are still around you. So when we get tied up in all these fears and anxieties because things are out of our control, really, we have never, ever been able to control anything except ourselves. It's just in heightened times of crisis, it becomes more apparent that we're out of control, but we never were in control, really, only of ourselves. Another thing is important is not to overload yourself. Have more on your plate than you can actually physically handle. So if it comes down to having lots and lots of worries, write a list of all the worries that you have. And if you can do something about it, do it. Then you don't have to worry about it anymore. And if you can't do anything about it, what is the point of worrying? Because what we do is we attract what we fear, and then we end up more of a downward spiral. But what is very important is we don't overload ourselves with things, because when we're not rested, we have more tendency to be in a worried state. This goes back to grounding. Focus on ordinary everyday life, mundane stuff, making sure you cook dinner for your children, make sure that you have playtime with them, or take time with your significant other, or just go for a nice long walk, or do things that are grounding and keep you out of your head. This is very important. And keep relationships going. Maybe meet new people. In these days of the internet, it's so easy to meet new people and connect with new people. So do that. Meet some new people. They can give you a different perspective. But meet positive people. People that have got a positive spin on things, and not kind of all doom and gloom. You don't need that at this time at all. Focus on the positive people who bring hope and faith into your life. And if you can do this, keep grounded, let go of things, recognize the learning, realizing you're not, and they've never been in control of anything except yourself. This is ongoing contentment and permanence in the realm of the heart. And this is a bonds that you will last you a lifetime. So through any time of adversity or trouble, you can make new relationships, which will be so much stronger because people have been brought together through difficult times. So that is how you move through when you feel you're out of control.
So I take notes on the cards, and I take a look at the things that resonate or stand out the most to me energetically. And the first brief point I'd like to make is that be cautious about judging emotions. Humans are designed to be emotional. We are the only creatures that have emotions like we do. And so when we call things negative or positive, that's a judgment that connotes bad and good. And what I'd like you to keep in mind is that emotions are simply part of our structure. They're things that we have to acknowledge and experience. And the ones that you call negative are a lower vibrating emotion. And when we have those, they usually don't feel good. They usually don't feel like something we want to hang on to. And when we have a good higher vibration emotion like joy or happiness or contentment, those feel better in our bodies because that's what we are meant to experience and carry with us. So if you have something that feels low vibrating, the things about grounding are so important. The things about removing yourself from the need to control those emotions, control others, control events, control other people's opinions. Try to let go of all of those because that lack of control will not feel as good. And also keep the relationships going. That's a very important piece. And it's a very important piece because you want to keep the relationships going that are that same vibration that you want to experience. So if you are spinning around in anger or frustration or impatience or those things that we call negative, it's important to nurture the events or the relationships that are a higher vibration that we want to feel in our bodies. You cannot ever say, I will never be angry, I will never be impatient, I will never be frustrated, because we're human and emotions just show up and we can't control them. But like Sue said, we can control the thoughts that come in. So if a thought comes in that inspires anger or frustration or impatience or something that you don't want, it's very important to ground and shift that thought into something that feels better emotionally. So that's my take on Sue's reading.
I think that was very insightful. So this is fun. I'm enjoying it.
It is fun. Stay tuned for more.
Okay. All right. So that's the question answered. And can you repeat the question just for posterity?
I sure can. How to move through negative emotions that seem out of our control.
There you go. Okay. Thank you very much for joining us. Bye for now.